Quentin Walker with Around CINCY Town, and I'm here with amateur bodybuilder Christopher Hendricks. Thank you for having us today. What it takes to be a professional bodybuilder?
I mean, dedication, a lot of hard work, don't happen overnight, so it's a lot of years of training, competing at a state level to actually qualify for a national show where you can become a professional bodybuilder. You have to win at a national level, and there's 7 national shows a year that you can actually try to compete at to become a pro bodybuilder.
Okay. So what got you into bodybuilding?
I mean, I've always sort of played football and been an athlete, and, I worked out here and there. I have a competitive nature, so, after school, after football was over with, I wanted to keep working out, and the next thing to actually gravitate towards was bodybuilding. I had a lot of buddies that was into it, and, I worked out with them, and they sort of pushed me to try it out and get involved in the sport itself.
Okay. So who would you say got you, or who would you say your role model is in bodybuilding?
I look up to a bodybuilder named Lee Haney. He won Mr. Olympia, which is the biggest, it's the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, if you would. He won it for 8 years in a row. The record hasn't been broken since he's did that. He actually won more than Arnold, which is the most famous bodybuilder when people think of bodybuilding. And he was from the 80s to the early 90s. He dominated bodybuilding itself. So,
okay. So what would you say your training routine is when you're getting ready for your competitions?
Well, as far as training, I pretty much keep it the same. The only thing that I do change up when I'm getting ready for a show is my cardiovascular work, which I do more of it, and then my nutrition is the biggest thing that changes between off season and getting ready for a show.
So I know you competed a couple of times. What would you say, or how did you feel when you did your first competition?
To be honest with you, man, I was super nervous. I didn't know what to expect. My first show, I was overwhelmed because it's a very intense and long, drawn-out process. But once I got on stage and I heard people yelling my name and my number and calling me out, it was a great experience overall. It actually made me want to keep doing it. So I found something I loved, and I've been doing it ever since. So.
And what place did you do in your first competition?
So the way it's set up is weight classes at a state show, and then there's a winner in every weight class, and then they take all of them and put them on stage, and they do an overall winner at the show. I was a heavyweight for my first show, so I weighed 204 pounds. My body fat was like 2.5%. So the guy that actually won, I got second, he got first, and he ended up going on to win the overall at the show, which means he was the best body. So coming into the guy who actually won the best body at the show for my first show was a good placement for me. I did second. Ever since then, though, I've won every show I've been in. In the last 4 shows I've won, and that first one I got second place. So.
You're saying that you are right now doing amateur. Do you see yourself going on to doing this as a full-time professional?
Yes, I do. Where I'm at right now basically is I've qualified to go to nationals every show that I've been in since the second place win. What I'm doing is trying to bring up my lagging body parts because nationals is a big show. So you have everybody from around the country that's getting ready to do it. So you want to make sure that you're at your best and the top of your game. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a year and a half off, fixing what I need to fix so I can bring the best package I can bring, and in 2016 I'll be making my shot at turning pro. Normally right now I'm in my off season, so I do more than I normally would. But if I'm getting ready for a show, I look at it like this is something that I want, and it's only for 90 days, it's only for a short period of time, and my drive and my dedication allows me to push through that. It's overcoming a moment of weakness. I won't put a piece of food in my mouth that's going to jeopardize all my hard work I put in for a year just to satisfy a quick urge. I don't need self-gratification. That's why I'm not in this sport. And a lot of people have a hard time with the diet and the consistency, and that's what separates the winners from the people who don't become pro or the people who's on the bottom. So you have to be able to, knock those urges out, knock those cravings out, and know what you really want at the end of the day.
And is looking to get into this, what would you say would be the key objective that I would have to overcome?
First is consistency, coming in the gym, working out, making sure you get on a routine and sticking with it. And then once you can actually get in the gym and start working out, the biggest hurdle that people have a hard time jumping over is following the nutrition plan that works for them.
Right.
Consistency is what's going to get you to where you want to be at the end of the day.
So how would you say you would be able to put all that together to balance your family life, work life, and workout, and then go to competitions?
That's a hard one, man. It really is. You have to be well-rounded, and you have to be able to multitask. Because you're right, I do have kids. I have somebody in my life as well, and balancing it out is very hard. I spend a lot of my time in the gym, but the biggest thing that I can say that contributes to my success as far as that goes is having somebody that's supportive and understands what I do. Because if that person doesn't understand the sport or can't be a part of it, then it won't work. This is a selfless sport at the end of the day, and it requires you to be on it 24/7. meals, not skipping meals, not missing workouts, not being able to eat, and enjoy things that other people enjoy, not being able to go out and do things like that. So you have to have a great support team around you, and luckily I do. So it's
Hi, I'm Lee Whitaker with Around CINCY Town. Now today, I got a special guest. This is Grandmaster Woodrow Fairbanks, and we're here at the Carl Linder YMCA doing Senior Tai Chi. Can you tell me what is Senior Tai Chi?
Sing Tai Chi. Sing represents the 5 elements. It's translated as the imaginary intellectual fist.
Okay.
It's a combination of the soft and hard arts together. Tai Chi, Sinew, Aqua, is all help make up the internal arts.
Okay.
So it's a combination of that. I have some karate connections because of my background in karate. I have karate techniques with, but we've seen is a separate system all by itself.
Okay.
So I'm teaching basically Tai Chi techniques, how to breathe, how to flow with the energy, how to health tips on how to live right, exercises. Exercise should be used for protection as well as for health.
Just talking about the body, what health benefits comes along with doing Tai Chi?
Like, for instance, like breathing, you learn how to stand, you learn how to walk, you learn how to open up. Like I said, exercise for the digestive system, the heart, the lung. So as I teach the exercise, I try to tell them what the techniques of fact.
Oh, okay.
And I do a mixture of karate, Tai Chi. I use the Tai Chi for breathing and relaxing. I use the karate and exercises to speed them up,
Oh, okay.
the heart rate up.
Okay. So you're saying that Tai Chi is good for all ages?
All ages, and Tai Chi is a form of martial arts. Okay. Karate just means empty hands, represents the Japanese arts, and the Japanese arts, the Chinese arts, the Korean arts. But the techniques, the blocks, the punches, the kicks allow when you raise up to affect the lungs, or punch out to affect the heart, squat down to get the muscles developed. So the goal is to get all the muscles developed, and also to get the mind developed.
Oh, so Tai Chi is a change of mind, body, and spirit in a way.
Right, and it allows you to relax and control that, okay, to make better decisions.
Here with Arlene, and she's one of the students here doing Tai Chi, Senior Tai Chi that is. Can you explain to me how long you've been doing Tai Chi?
I'm very new. I've only been doing it for a few months.
Okay, now what benefits do you notice from doing Tai Chi?
Well, especially I have grandchildren now, and just in the short time I'm doing it, I don't get nearly so tired when I'm playing with them or picking them up. They're only like 3 and 18 months, and I used to just get completely exhausted if I spent a few hours with them, and now I don't.
So you're full of energy and full of life.
But
I'm here with Deborah. Deborah, thank you for joining me. What drew you to Tai Chi?
It's Tai Chi is a way to stay in shape without doing all the hard kicking and punching.
Okay.
I recommend that, according to their schedule, do as many days as possible. I recommend working out every day for everybody because you can work in different areas of your body, different sections, or if you like to walk or run. You can divide your workout in to get maximum benefits out of your workout.
Okay.
Because I work out every day. There's something on me that needs help. As I matured in age, I get a little tighter, so I have to stretch every day. I can't take a break every day. There's things. Now, speed things from riding a bike or, the different machines allow me to keep my heart rate up. So I get, if I'm not in a machine, I do speed drills and things like that.
All right, now you was talking about working different parts of the body. Now, what if you have an injury? Does it help out, like recovery or anything like that?
Well, I stretch. I go to the steam room. I go to the sauna, stretch in there, heat, cold, whatever it is, and work it out. Take the time. That's where the Tai Chi comes in. Being able to move fluent, stretch it out, and extend your energy. Work through it, be able to massage, because massage therapy is also part of the Tai Chi. Okay? Also part of your karate, because it's within the system. I teach how to massage, how to work different muscles in the body.
Well, sir, I just want to take you and thank you for joining us today here on Around Cincy Town. And I enjoyed myself doing it as well.
You did a good job out there.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you,
For
sir.
your first day out, you know, you couldn't tell, you just blend right in. You're in great shape for a young man.
Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Now, once again, this is Grandmaster Woodrow Fairbanks here at the Carl Linder YMCA. And I'm Lee Whitaker, and this is Around Cincy Town.
Walking through the Hyde Park Oakley community is an adventure. There are stores to shop, places to eat, and a park to take in some sun. Nestled in the heart of this community is Pendleton Pilates, where I am going to discuss the benefits of Pilates with Shannon Faith.
So why should people take a Pilates class?
They'll start to feel how to use their body a little differently.
So what's the difference between Pilates and yoga?
Well, the nice thing about Pilates is, and this can differ slightly between Pilates studios, but we try to maintain, at least begin with what we call your neutral spine, which is the natural curve to your back, kind of that S curve that we all have. And we try to maintain a stable pelvis. So a lot of times in class, you'll hear a cue like tailbone down, or place your tailbone on the mat or on the carriage. And then we'll move while maintaining that position. So it's a little different than yoga. It might not involve holding a pose. There's a couple static exercises we do that we won't move, but all the other ones there is going to be movement, or what we call choreography, a couple pieces together.
Is Pilates more about the core versus yoga encompassing a lot of different myriad of things?
I think they both involve some core work, but we really focus on it with Pilates because we're trying to strengthen the deep abdominals to support the spine. And no matter which exercise or which group of muscles we're working, we're also going to be using the abdominals for part of that.
So how does one get started in this program?
It's pretty straightforward. For a mat class, I usually recommend at least contacting the studio you want to attend. Hopefully it's Pendleton Pilates, and finding out about the class times and letting them know which class or which studio you'd like to attend, just so the teacher anticipates that you're going to be there.
So let's take a look at the equipment.
Great. Well, with the reformer, the nice thing or the best thing about it is that so many pieces are adjustable. So for instance, we can adjust the angle of someone's legs. It's spring loaded, and each spring adds a different amount of weight. So we can adjust the weight for different exercises. And there's even handles that we will use for arm work as opposed to, say, free weights. Same thing for the legs. There's straps that we'll put on the legs for different things. Plus, we can change the angle of the head. So it's very supportive. And because of the springs, it will automatically come back in. So it can help someone kind of feel resistance. It's a really nice way to get started because you can fine tune and get support from the equipment. When you're on the mat, it's a little more challenging because you're really learning the exercises and relying on your own strength and your own core work to support.
So you're using your own body weight on the mat?
Correct.
Okay. What if I'm a beginner, which way should I start?
You know, you can start either way. I myself did mat classes for a long time because I didn't have access to the equipment. And that's a nice way to kind of get a taste for it. With the equipment classes, we'll have you do 4 private sessions, a little package of those, just so you learn how to use the equipment because there are multiple moving parts. And so you can learn the fundamentals and the alignment before you go into a group setting.
Great. So let's look at the mat. So you said the mat is where you're using pretty much your own body weight, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And we do provide mats for everyone that comes to class. They're a little thicker to kind of help protect the back and the tailbone on the wood floor.
Okay. So let's go ahead and demonstrate on the mat so people know kind of what that looks like. And you have an instructor here that you're going to work with?
Yes, our instructor, Charlotte Keller, is going to be helping me with the demonstrations of the exercises.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi.
Thank you for being our guinea pig today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's get started and just show people what it's about.
Great. We're going to start with what we call our seated roll down. And Charlotte's going to start sitting up as tall as she can, trying to recreate that natural curve, that neutral spine on her back. And we're just going to roll down about halfway using the low abdominals. So she's going to exhale and roll back just about to her belly button. And we are using kind of an audible Pilates breath here. Inhale, and then she's going to exhale, come back up. And we would do that about 8 to 10 times. And now she's going to go all the way down onto her back, starting with the low abdominals. And we're gonna work just the upper abdominals. So she's gonna allow her tailbone to stay down on the mat. She's gonna inhale to get ready, and she's gonna exhale and lift her chest with just the upper abdominals, so the muscles above the belly button. She's gonna inhale here, and she's gonna exhale and roll back down. And then we're gonna combine those. So she's still squeezing her legs together, specifically her inner thighs. She's gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna exhale and lift the chest, so the upper abdominals begin the exercise. And then she's going to transition into the lower abdominals, coming all the way up and using those low abs to sit tall up on what we call her sit bones, the bottom of her pelvis. And then she's going to roll back down to start it again. So low abdominals initiate the roll down, the upper abdominals finish that movement. The next exercise we're going to demonstrate is a very traditional Pilates exercise. It's called the 100, and this is one of the exercises that is a bit static. Sometimes people will move their arms, but traditionally will hold the position. So we're going to start first with Charlotte in her neutral spine. So again, she can feel her tailbone on the mat. She can feel the back of her rib cage down. She's going to pull her belly button into the spine, almost as though she's trying to make her waist smaller. And then she's going to take her arms up over her chest. She's going to feel the shoulders roll back, and she's going to squeeze her legs together. She's going to breathe in and bring her legs to tabletop, that 90-degree angle. And then she's going to exhale and lift her chest, similar to what she did in the half roll-up. And we would hold this position for 10 inhales and exhales. And the inhale will typically last for 5 counts. The exhale will last for 5 counts. And once you do that 10 times, that's where the name 100 comes from. And once someone gets comfortable in this position, if they would like to take it further for a challenge, they can extend their legs. And from there, they could even turn the legs out and flex the feet if they decided to add an additional challenge. And it's going to work the lower abdominals by holding the pelvis in place, upper abdominals by lifting the chest. And once you've done your 10 counts, you'll just bring the legs back to that tabletop position, and you'll slowly roll down and lift the arms. We're going to do a plank. And there's a couple different ways to do this. A great starting place for someone that hasn't done many of these would be an arm position down on the elbows. Elbows are going to fall right below the shoulders, and the hands are going to join. And for the legs, you can either be down on the knees, or you can come all the way up onto the toes. And if you'd like to get a little additional arm work once you're comfortable with it, you can move up to the hands instead of the elbows. And the wrists fall right below the shoulders. The entire palm of the hand is on the floor, and we want to make sure that the elbows don't lock. So you do have a little bit of a soft bend there, but the abdominals pull in, the inner thighs squeeze, and you take your gaze down right between your hands, or if the hands are joined, you're going to look down at your thumbs. But ideally, you would hold this position for 10 breaths. And a nice little way to finish it is to come down onto the knees and sink back into a child's pose. So you're taking your pelvis or your hips back over your heels, and the arms extend out in front of you. The next exercise we're going to do is the 100. So for this, Charlotte's going to grab her handles, and we're going to start with her arms up over her chest. And we do have some spring weight on here for her, which is going to help her lift her chest into our C-curve position. So she's going to squeeze her legs together, belly's already pulled in. She's going to breathe in. We're going to exhale, lift the chest up, and she's essentially trying to create the letter C from the crown of her head to the bottom of her rib cage. And we would hold this position for 10 inhales and exhales, the inhale being a 5 count, the exhale being a 5 count, and that creates the 100. And from here, if she wanted to add an additional challenge, she could also extend the legs, still working to keep the tailbone on the carriage. And once she completes the exercise, she's going to bring her legs back to that 90-degree tabletop. She's going to lift her fingertips up to the knees, and she's going to carefully roll down. An exercise for the lower half of the body. This is going to be a lower and lift of the legs. So right now, Charlotte, again, is starting in her neutral position. She's got her tailbone on the carriage, the back of her ribs are down, and her legs are going to be squeezed together. She's going to breathe in to get ready. And on the exhale, she's going to lower her legs down. Then on her inhale, she's going to lift the legs back to where she started. And she's pressing down from the back of the thighs. She's not leading with her feet on this. And there is a range of motion. So Charlotte's trying to see how low she can take her legs without her ribs coming up off the carriage. And when she lifts, she's trying to keep her tailbone down on the carriage. So essentially the spine doesn't move or change its shape as the legs lift and lower. And again, this is another exercise where we can change the weight so that she could work a little bit lighter if she had leg injuries, or with some of the athletes, we allow them to go a little bit heavier. Charlotte's now going to do an exercise called chest expansion, and it's designed to kind of open the chest, just like it sounds. So she's going to begin with her hands at her sides. Her fingertips are pointed down. She's already has her shoulders rolled back, and her abdominals are pulled into her spine. Her legs are squeezed together. She's going to breathe in to get ready. She's going to exhale, begin to press the arms behind her. And on the inhale, she's just bringing them back to where she started. And on the exhale, as she presses back, she's really pressing back with the back of the upper arm, not the hands. So each press away feels as though she's opening the chest, the shoulders are coming back, and most people feel a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. And she's trying to sit as tall as she can while she does this. Also notice her chin is parallel to the ground, so she's got her gaze lifted so it doesn't go into the neck.
So if you're looking to throw some fun in your exercise routines, join a Pilates class or come to Pendleton Pilates. I'm actually going to try this thingamajiggy right now, so pray for me.
So we're going to come down on your back. Excellent. We're going to come down your headrest. Feet are going to be on the foot bars. So come down to the balls of your feet. So drop down this way. There you go. And go ahead and grab your handles. We're going to take your arms up over your chest so you can see the back of your hands. Good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and lift your arm. And let's bring your legs up to tabletop. So take your feet up off the bar. Now press your hands down to your side.
Guys, it's Sean here on another episode of Around Cincy Town. Today's episode is about nutrition, so I'm sure you have all kinds of questions about what is proper nutrition, what can you do to get more healthy. Well, I got my good friend here, Brandon Delph. He's a nutrition expert, and he's going to answer some questions for us today. How you doing, Brandon?
Good, how are you?
Good, man, good. Thanks for being with us today, okay?
No problem.
All right, man, so to start it off, let's get these questions going. How important is proper nutrition?
Well, Sean, proper nutrition is very important. It impacts the way you think, feel, and look on a daily basis.
Okay, very cool. So you need to have proper nutrition in order to be beautiful and intelligent, huh?
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
It makes you feel better, you know?
Mm-hmm, I got you. What should an average, everyday person do in order to eat proper nutrition?
I like to eat 5 to 6 smaller meals a day versus 3 larger meals. It keeps your metabolism up high, and it keeps you not as hungry in between the meals. I definitely like to stay away from fast food as much as possible just because it's not the healthiest food for you. It's always better to eat at home rather than eating out.
All right, so we're over here at the fruit vendor area with vegetables and fruits and whatnot, and Brandon says he has the best meal you can have fruit-wise.
The best fruit is an apple, absolutely. High in fiber.
Right.
The sugars are all natural. They're not bad for you, so really there's no better way to go.
So is it true that if you eat an apple a day, it keeps the doctor away?
No.
No, but it might help you in the long run.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. All right, so we're over here at the meat area now, and Brandon stopped because he wanted to talk to us about some steaks he sees. So what's going on over here, man?
Yeah, we got some nice steaks here. I mean, they're high in protein. Most people say you shouldn't eat steak very often or red meat, but I mean, a couple of times a week won't hurt. It's high in protein, and if you grill it, it's low in fat, so it's a good way to go.
Not bad. You can do that while you're working out and everything too, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, very cool.
In the diet.
Yeah, I got you. It looks good. I'd get some.
Yeah.
So everyone loves chicken. I don't care who you are. If you eat meat, you're going to like chicken. A lot of people think, though, that getting healthy food is going to be expensive. Well, Brandon's going to tell us about how you can make chicken taste good and how it's really not that much money either, and good for you.
Absolutely. I mean, boneless, skinless chicken breast is $3.99 a pound. Very inexpensive. Chicken is by far my favorite meat. It's the cheapest, and it's so versatile. You can do so many things with it. You can make fajitas with it. You can grill it, barbecue it. You can make Cajun chicken. You can do anything. It's all around, I think, the superfood.
It's gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be healthy.
Absolutely.
And not expensive. What? Oh, here we are in the fish area. Fish is supposedly one of the best things you can eat. So let's see what Brandon has to say about it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's inexpensive too of some types. I mean, tilapia is only $4.99 a pound. It's high in protein. There's almost no fat on it. I mean, we have salmon down here. Salmon's great. Flavor's awesome, especially smoked or blackened. Awesome.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with fish, I'll tell you what.
Can't go wrong with fish, man. It's awesome.
All right, well, you heard it here on Around Cincy Town, guys. You can get nutritionally sound food that tastes good and doesn't cost that much. Thank you so much again for being here with me at the Findlay Market, Brandon.
No problem.
And is there anything in closing you'd like to say?
Shop local.
Shop local.
Findlay
Eat
Market.
broccoli and chicken. All right, guys, this has been Sean Grossman. See you next time.